Bueno, bien, hola amigas y amigas de YouTube. Visto y considerando que yo ya había grabado este video, pero si me había grabado mal. Hoy UFC Cheers Weidman versus Kelvin Gastelum. UFC, comencemos. Yo ya lo había grabado, pero se grabó en una mala calidad.
Kelvin Gastelum, the southpaw in the blue trunks. Chris Weidman out of the orthodox stances in black.
Right off the bat, Kelvin likes to set his rhythm with his jab, his right hook, left straight. Those are his best combinations. That's what you'll see a lot of. And that left high kick he throws very well.
De 720, porque si no después me va a ver todo mal. Y no quiero que se vea mal. Así que calidad de 720.
I like Gastelum owning the center of the octagon.
Not allowing Weidman to crush him, get his back to the fence.
Weidman very effective. We saw that in the Machida fight. They would back him up and keep Machida's back on the fence all night and limit his space.
O sea, que no había cortado todo el entretiempo.
If and when Weidman chooses to shoot, he's got an excellent snatch single. He just grabs that lead leg and pulls it right out from under you.
Pero como es para el próximo jueves, mañana.
Well, when you talk to Matt Serra, Ray Longo, the Weidman camp, they still believe that they host the #1 middleweight in the world, and they feel like Weidman is primed to prove just that here tonight. He is the betting underdog against Kelvin Gastelum. No significant strike of the fight right there. It's a right hand for Chris Weidman.
He's doing an excellent job of fighting around. He owns a 7-inch reach advantage. He's maximizing that now.
Lo que sí tengo también era que no he pensado traer el UFC de hoy, pero debido a que lo tuve que abrir rápido,
Kelvin's looking for the right hook, but Weidman keeps touching the lead hand, so he can't really time it the way he wants to. He's beating him to the hook, and Weidman's beating the lead leg of Gastelum right now, and it's causing him some issues.
El video del UFC está. Así que
Gastelum does well as he creates scrambles. Let's see if Weidman can just control from the top. This is wrestling 101. Hand control from the referee's position, as they call it, in wrestling, and this is where Weidman will be the most comfortable.
And he cannot get greedy here. Weidman talked about holding his position. If he gets greedy with his ground and pound, that's what happens. And we saw Gastelum get up from this position against Tim Kennedy, who's one of the heaviest guys I've ever grappled with.
And that Kennedy win, a huge source of confidence for Kelvin Gastelum, looking across the octagon at a man of that size and depth. Good start for Chris Weidman here.
And now you see him holding. He trained a lot with John Danaher, one of the best grappling minds in martial arts. And now you're seeing him be patient. Hold position here so that he can pace himself appropriately in this fight and not have to take a guy down 3 and 4 times around like he did against Musasa.
Right into the red corner now, Matt Serra.
You want to put the pressure good, Chris. Look for Kimura. He's going to give the backup, Chris. Take your time.
He's going to switch the tactic just like that.
Keep your chest on his elbow. Yes. Take your time.
Take it left and take it right.
If you go for it, you rip it first, left.
And that is beautiful cornering, that little subtle aspect. Keep your chest over his elbow. That's not solely to just threaten a submission. That's to keep on top and not lose it and allow Gastelum to scramble.
Serra's turn is ripping Kimuras, and right now we got Weidman going for it.
Man,
that's exactly right. Matt Serra, the normal rip a Kimura 2 in the gym. Strong start here for Weidman. Just over a minute to go, round 1.
Great defense by Gastelum. That thing was deep, and he got out. Incredible.
Shows how strong this kid is. People talk about being undersized for the weight class, but man, he's certainly strong enough for it.
Absolutely. This is where we find out if this is Gastelum's weight class or not, to be honest. This right here. he comes out here and keeps fighting as well as he is right now, I mean, it's hard to argue that he's not comfortable at this weight.
He convinced me in his last 2 fights. You know, Vitor Belfort, Tim Kennedy, those are no slouches, man, and he looked phenomenal. And he knows he's got to play a long game in this fight. We saw this fight against Neil Magny where he lost the first 3 rounds, but he came back strong rounds 4 and 5. It was a closely contested fight, but his ability to thrive in his championship rounds is something Weidman has on his mind right now.
What I love is Gastelum isn't wasting any energy. He's just calm, cool, collected, hanging out. He knows this is 5 rounds and there's no rush. It's very good. Left straight there is his best punch, and Weidman is hurt bad. He might finish it right here, ladies and gentlemen, if he gets away.
There's the hold. What a crazy end of the first round. Big moment for Kelvin Gastelum. We will stay here.
Get up.
It's that right hook that he just gets that angle. Once he misses that right hook, ducks right underneath the counter of Chris to land the right.
And when Gastelum smells blood, I'll tell you what.
A ver, son 5 asaltos de 4 minutos, casi son 5 asaltos de 5 minutos cada uno, pero son rápidos.
This kid, very aggressive.
I think Gastelum by his tempo and the way he's looking, he just knows he has to stop the takedowns of Chris and then be patient on his feet. He can get it.
Yeah, and he just lulls him to sleep a little bit. You know, play in front of you, then bam, all of a sudden explode, catches you sleeping.
Weidman 2 for 2 on his takedown attempts thus far. And later tonight, don't miss a complete recap of all the action on Long Island on the post-fight show tonight. After the main event over on FS2, or watch it live on Fox Sports Go.
Realistically, one of the problems for Weidman here is that he's backing straight up on Gastelum, and that's allowing Gastelum to land these punches. If he curves and angles, it takes that away. He's got to circle and not back straight up when Kelvin decides to move forward.
Important exchange here for Weidman. Takedown would be huge for him right now.
Nicely done.
And when you're that much longer than your opponent, tricks like that, little ankle picks are there for you.
Pero recién va eso.
And look how hard Gastelum is to
Van a
hold
hacer subir los juegos los videos de arriba.
He's just on the right moves. He's on the hands like he should be, and this will allow him to be able to bring that elbow between him and Weidman. That hand control right there is key.
Gastelum, 10th planet Jiu-Jitsu purple belt against the accomplished Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt Chris Weidman.
And Weidman with his long arms are very underrated submissions. You talk to a lot of the guys that train at Renzo Gracie's, you know, they hear him walk, and they all tell you how good his chokes are from both rear naked, when he's got your back, and the front headlock sequence.
Secured for Chris Weidman. Again, now working on to Kelvin Gastelum's back here. Weidman, a United States Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion back in 2009.
Gastelum just doesn't stop standing up, and this is when it gets tired for Weidman. Because right now, Gastelum just says, it's okay, keep standing up, you can take me down again, I'll keep standing up. Doesn't matter, Gastelum will just lean against the fence and let Weidman waste his energy trying to take him down and try to open up with the strike.
Look at Gastelum's face there, he's just resting it against the fence for a moment. The kid is that half of his cardio. And you're right, there is a cost to this kind of game for Chris Weidman. Can he maintain it?
This is where Chris can now rest. Yes. Now that Gastelum accepted the takedown and went to full guard, now Chris can kind of get a breather.
So 5 takedowns for Chris Weidman. That ties his personal best in the UFC. And we are just 8 minutes into this one.
A close guard for Kelvin Gastelum, eating elbows now. Maybe a little bit too comfortable on his back right now.
What could he do to get up here, Stan, you think?
You know, he's got the wrist control. He's got to open up the guard, push on the hips, create space. The more he could force Chris Weidman to have to take him down, the better off rounds 3, 4, and 5 are going to be for him. And that was his mindset coming in. I get better as the fight goes on. This kid's going to fade. You make them fade. When I fought wrestlers and they took me down repeatedly, I guys just kept getting up, and every time they took me back down, I knew I was attriting their gas.
You feel like Weidman might be turning his head away from the octagon fence because he knows Gastelum keeps getting up with it.
Absolutely. He's very bright. He's doing a nice job pulling on the head and landing these elbows, staying busy enough that John's not even talking about standing him up.
Yeah,
very smart approach. Right. And he's regaining all of his energy he used for his takedowns while he's inside this guard.
Big control time here for Chris Weidman. Less than a minute now to go, round 2.
Gastelum willing to just give this round up clearly to an extent. We still have 3 rounds to win this.
Well, who knows how they scored round 1, right? It looked like it was going Weidman's way, and then he gets dropped. That's a tough one.
The composure of Gastelum is just something else. I mean, he's just grown so much since the beginning of his career here. And he's losing right now in this position, but he's in this fight completely, and it's fun to watch. Watch these guys grow in the octagon. It's cool. Nice pressure like this. His open mat grappling is up there with some of the best. That fence really evens things out with this team.
So a strong answer for Weidman in round 2. Right back at round 3. Gastelum after round 2 that he feels like he's 2 rounds down. Might not be the case. You like the message.
Dom and I both love that message. Why tell your fighter to run round 1 if you're not sure? You want him more aggressive. Let him know that he lost 2 rounds. And look how Gastelum's coming out.
Gastelum's plan is to take it easy the first 2 and split the last 3 is what it looks like. Or his coaches just got to him like they should have.
Yeah. Beautiful jab by Gastelum to split that Weidman guard.
Weidman's upset, saying a finger in the eye.
No me anda la aplicación que tengo para el emulador de Android. No me anda.
Close the hand, Chris.
Entonces el tema series en Twitch lo voy a rever. Bueno, no sé si se puede hacer.
Beautiful. Set up with those things for the takedown.
Now Weidman hands. Nice head movement by Gastelum to stem the tide there.
Set up though as he faked that single leg and came back with the right hand. Beautiful stuff from Weidman.
And now Weidman motioning Gastelum on. Chris doing a nice job keeping that right hand high, but the jab is there for Kelvin Gastelum.
When Gastelum lands that jab, look for the right hook up straight next. Beautiful right hand by Weidman.
Yes.
Así que vamos a ver si se puede.
Wow. That takedown, he got Yo Romero with that takedown a couple of times. That's not an easy one to escape with that snatch single. Of course,
igual esos temas series va a ser mayormente los días.
Just over 3 minutes here in round 3. The kicks landed for Weidman. 11 of 16. Gastelum not nearly as many kicks as we've seen out of him recently.
And obviously the threat of the takedown is the reason why. Another easy one for Weidman. He's going to take the back again. This is a position he's had some success with. Let's see if he can pull him away from the fence though, like he did last round, because that's where he's going to be able to control Gastelum.
The open mat is key for Weidman to be able to maintain control of Gastelum. That's been perfect. If he leaves Gastelum near the fence, he can roll Chris out while resting, leaning against the fence. So I'd like to see Weidman drop into the center and just use that free open mat space.
And this partisan crowd just waiting to explode for Chris Weidman. That is number 7, I believe, unofficially for Chris Weidman. 2 better than his previous career high in the UFC.
That's the exact same transitional takedown we just saw Darren Elkins hit last time. They switched from the fence, switching to the double as the man tries to barely off the fence, and then you switch to the double. Very nice by Weidman. Now he's going back to the command.
Pulls him away from the fence, though. Look at Gastelum scramble. Excellent job. Weidman knows it. He's trying to keep this kid away from that fence.
Vamos a ver cuando lo hacemos y cómo lo hacemos también, porque tengo que ver que la aplicación me ande, ¿no? Porque no la aplicación multiplayer
Don't get greedy, you're doing beautiful. Take your time. If you can get the shoulders to the mat, do it. Nice. Chris, we can do that strangle if you feel it.
Weidman working on a head knock choke. He might get it.
He's pressing up on his toes the way you should be. This is not title.
Super tight. Gastelum hanging in there as tough as he can.
Here it is, tap! Chris Weidman lights him up on the ground!
Ganó. Gente, acaba de ganar el que yo no pensé que iba a ganar. Yo pensé que iba a ganar Kelvin. Kelvin Gastelum. Kelvin Gastelum.
The All-American is back!
Pensé que iba a ganar ese. A eso quizás le cambió el título, ¿no? ¿Dónde va?
Chris Weidman has done it.
¿A dónde va?
His father Charlie is here. Weidman calling for his wife. An outpouring of emotion. Chris Weidman's mom, he's calling her over.
¿Quién es ese? ¿El padre de eso?
Well, this is a man who knocked out Anderson Silva, became the middleweight champion. It's going to be a hard moment for Weidman to top. Absolutely incredible.
Esa debe ser la novia. Bueno, ganó el que yo pensaba que iba a perder. Literalmente. Así que nada, no olviden comentar, compartir, darle like, suscribirse, activar la campanita, seguirme en las redes sociales, abajo en la descripción. ¿Estas quiénes son? Esa debe ser, seguramente debe ser la novia. A ver. Una de estas seguramente debe ser la novia, la otra debe ser la hermana y esta supuestamente tiene que ser la madre. Creo que esta es la novia y creo que esta es la hermana, o son gemelas porque tienen las... No, deben ser una la novia y la otra la hermana seguramente, pero no sé quiénes son. En fin, ganó el que yo pensé que iba a perder. Así que nada, gente, yo lo voy dejando por acá. Y nada, nos vemos en un próximo video. Voy a ver si hago eso que les comentaba recién. Así que nada, nos vemos en un próximo video. Adiós. Recuerden que el partido de River por la Libertadores va a ser subido el próximo jueves. Mañana Rosa de... sí. Creo que mañana Rosa de Guadalupe. No estoy muy seguro, pero bueno, simplemente eso, gente. Adiós.